Everybody, it's Mrs. Claus, your friendly neighborhood Mrs. Claus, Cricket Claus. I am here today because we are going to do a couple of DIY videos. Now, over the course of the next 2 weeks, we are going to be filming the rest of what I'm going to put on my front porch for fall. We've already done the wreath. Now we're going to do our little T here that says fall. Except the one that we're doing today is going to say y'all. Fall y'all. It's going to be cute. We're going to work on that. And I'm also going to be filming this other piece that is going out my front door. So we're going to make one of those as well. So that's going to be over the course of the next 2 videos. So I hope you guys stick around. I hope you like it. And let's get started. So for our first project today, you'll see where I painted the other one, I left the colors on here so that I can mix them properly. I felt like I needed to do that because if not, I won't get the same colors that I already used. So we're starting off with a letter, which you can choose your letter, whatever your last name is. I'm going with a T. That's the one that I had ready for me. I got this one at Walmart, and I believe it was $1.45. Then I got these 2 pumpkins from Dollar Tree for $1.25 a piece. And we're not painting the jack-o'-lantern, we're painting the other side. And then we're going to put y'all on this one. And then we will be painting this part, but I'm taking this off because that's where we're going to attach the T. So, let's get started. Okay, so the paints that we're using today, I got at Michael's and at Hobby Lobby. Let me move my microphone closer to me so you can hear me better. Whoa! All right. So we got the Crafters Acrylic Outdoor Paint. This is from Hobby Lobby. It's in black. I will not be using it on this project, but it is for another project. I just realized I grabbed that paint too. We're going to use this Metallics, which is also the Deco Art paint from Dollar Tree. This white multi-surface satin acrylic craft paint that I got from Michael's is also for a different project. I don't know why I brought it out for this one. Oh yeah, I do. Never mind. Just forgive me. Then I've got this Acrylogy Rich Art in a turquoise color and this Folk Art in cinnamon. Now the cinnamon, I believe I had to get at Michael's. They did not have it at the Dollar Tree, but it is still under $2. So everything you see all together with these 3 paints that we're going to use today and the letter and both of these, let's see, the $1.25, $1.25, $2. So we're looking at $4.50, $5.75. That's another $1.25. What's that? $9 even, and then another $1.25. So you're looking at $10.25 altogether for this cute little outdoor doohickey. We're going to call it a doohickey. All right, so first I'm going to cut these tags off because we don't need them. We're not going to need them to hang it up. We're not going to need them at all. So we're just going to cut those off and put them to the side. Now I am going to take the pumpkin that is more 3D. And we're going to start with the cinnamon paint on this one. Let's get this hot glue off of here. We will be putting a ton of hot glue on there in a little bit, but not right this minute. So we're going to put this cinnamon onto our paint palette, which also the paint palette I also got at Dollar Tree. So there's that. And we are going to take one of our little brushes. I'm using a little sponge brush. I might have a thinner one in this other pack. Nope, about the same. 1-inch little sponge brush. And I am going to just paint everything in the background on this bad guy in the cinnamon color. And don't worry if you get some of the cinnamon onto the upper area because we are going to make it look more 3D by using the cinnamon to kind of give it a different look. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and paint that. Now you can paint it any color that you want. If you're fall colors aren't teal and cinnamon like mine, then you can use any colors that you want to for fall to paint these bad guys and to make them look the way you want them to look. This just happens to be the look that I fell in love with for fall this year, was teal and cinnamon. I don't know why. I saw a teal door hanger at the Dollar Tree that was a bell, and the bell was teal and everything else was like cinnamon and orange. And I thought, oh, that's really cute. I like the way that those colors work together. Maybe that's going to be our theme for our fall season, is going to be cinnamon and teal. So we are going to go ahead and do that. So like I said, if it's not perfect and it gets on this, don't worry about it. That's not a big deal, because we are going to go back around it with some of the cinnamon to make more of an aged look. And we're also going to go around the outside with gold on this pumpkin, just to kind of antique it a little bit, give it a little bit of flair. So I'm trying to make sure I get every nook and cranny on this bad boy painted out. There we go. All right, and I am going to use the same brush for the blue, because we are going to be mixing this cinnamon color into our blue, because this turquoise isn't exactly the teal that I want. I want teal. I don't want turquoise. And they didn't have a teal, so I've had to mix and make my own color. So what I'm going to do is put that in there, and I'm going to add a couple of, that's the gold. That's not the cinnamon. Way to go. Woo! We messed up. That's okay. We're going to make it work. We're going to work with it. We're going to mix this gold in here. Maybe this one will be a little more shimmery than the other one was. And that's okay, because we mess up, we fix it. See, and the gold just didn't give it as much of a tint as I wanted to, as the cinnamon would. So we are going to mix that in a little bit more. And then we're going to put a dab of this cinnamon in there. Now I need to save as much of that cinnamon as I can for the next project, because I've got to paint a whole pumpkin in the white mixed with the cinnamon. So that, look forward to that one next week. All right, this is going to get much darker as it dries, but we're just going to go on and paint this on here. And with this project, I found that honestly, it doesn't take that much paint to paint these and to make it look good. On the pumpkins that we're doing next week, you have to do multiple layers, and I think it's because the pumpkins are plastic and foam, and painting on that doesn't quite come out the way that I want it to in only one coat. I think I did 2 or 3 coats on those. And I don't think I did extra coats on my other, on this project. On the other one like this, I just did a couple of little swipes. And then after this dries, which doesn't take long at all, to be honest. It doesn't take long at all to dry on this wood. It just soaks it on up. So that's what I liked about this project, was it didn't take that long to dry. And now you see we're gonna have to go back over that cinnamon a little bit, because I got the blue on there and I wasn't trying to get the blue on there. I know, I'm just haphazardly going about this, making it look a little crazy, and that's fine. It's supposed to look a little crazy. All right, let me grab another brush and go back into that cinnamon. I'm gonna dry brush this off real quick. Yay, there we go. Got that off. Now we're gonna dab that cinnamon by itself and go back in here and go back over that. All right, perfect. From what it looks like, I did not do a second coat on this other one, so we're not going to on the one we're currently working on. All right, for the other pumpkin, we're just gonna paint the whole pumpkin this blue color. We are gonna do the same thing with the tea. So let me scoot this bad boy out of the way. And we're going to paint this blue. And then we will go in once this one dries and paint that, the words on there. And I just freehanded them because I have a stencil and I was going to use the stencil, but the letters on the stencil were just too long and I didn't like the way that it looked. So I went ahead and just freehanded, and I freehanded in the gold paint, and then I went back with a black Sharpie and finished it out. We're gonna have to mix up some more paint. But yeah, I went in with a black Sharpie afterwards and finished it out, and I think they came out real nice. I really liked the way that it looked when I got done with it. I went and looked on the front porch to see how it would look, just putting it out there. And something about the way that this is, it's not quite as big as I wanted it to be on the porch. Like, it doesn't stand up as tall as I wanted it to. But I think I'm going to come up with a solution to that to make it look taller, especially considering we're going to be doing like a multi-layered decoration thing, multi-tiered. I think I'm going to make some of those wooden crates that you can buy. I can make them much cheaper than I can buy them for, and use those as displays, as like pieces that I can put this stuff on to make it look more full. Now, I could always place them on top of a hay bale. That's another idea I had. And I might do that still. We'll see. All right. If you notice, I'm not really, because of the shabby chic kind of vibe we're going for, I'm not really caring about how mixed up the paint is. I kind of want those crazy streaks in there that show up every now and then, because it makes it look more natural-ish. Nothing in nature is one solid color. And I mean, we're painting teal pumpkins, for crying out loud. It doesn't have to be perfect. And having the streaks in there kind of gives it that pumpkin-y vibe as well. Kind of streaks it out a little bit, and I like that. So that's painted. That was quick, see? Woo! Now we're going to set these two to the side and paint the T the same color. And then I'll show you how we customized these a little bit more. Like I added gold to both of the project, or both of these pieces, to kind of make them shine a little bit. Now on the T, you'll notice that it soaks up the paint so much more, so you do have to do a second layer. But be careful with the layers, because on the first one I figured out around the edges here, I had too much paint and it took forever to dry. And when you're trying to do a project, you don't want it to take forever to dry. You just want it to dry down and look good. So we're painting all the sides too. We got to make sure we get the sides, because everything on the front and the side you're going to be able to see on your porch. So, but also I'm trying not to get paint everywhere in my filming room. So I'm being very minimalist with my paint today. I'm not going all over the place with it. Mainly I have carpet in here and I don't want to ruin my carpet with craft paint. What is going on? Oh, sorry, you guys. My computer threw up a warning to me. It was trying to update some software pertaining to my printer. And I'm like, I don't need that right now. I need my stuff that I'm working on. All right. And see, it dries so quickly that you don't really need to wait that long to put the second coat on, which is great. So while this is drying, I'm going to start on a different project, and I will be right back. All right, our stuff is dry now. So we're going to come in and do the finishing touches before we put it together. So we're going to start with the gold on the T. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the brush, this little brush right here, and I'm going to go down the side of the T. And it doesn't have to be perfect. As a matter of fact, you just want to dip a little bit on there, and you kind of just want to go around your letter. We're just kind of aging it a little bit. We kind of want to make the brush a little dry to kind of spread it out. And all that this is really going to do is give it a little shimmer, catch the eye from the road so the neighbors can see it and enjoy it. But it also keeps our green teal theme going on. The thing is, I think I've gone a little more with the gold on this one than I did on the other one, which is okay. There we go. Just a little extra. And see how quickly that gold dries down? It just dries so fast when you spin it, when you put it thin like that. All right. Now on, oh, you couldn't even see what I was doing. I'm too far back. Dad blasted. All right. Well, we're going to do it on this one too. Let me look at my other one and see what I did there. Okay. Okay. I'm looking at it and I'm seeing what I did. So on this one, we are also going to go down just the edge with a little bit of paint and then spread it out a little bit. Dab a little bit of the paint, spread it out. This kind of gives it dimension, but also kind of gives it a little bit of zhuzh. I like the shimmer that it adds to it. This is a completely unnecessary part. If you don't want to do this, you don't have to. I just kind of like the way that it catches the light and draws attention to the piece. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Nothing has to be perfect to look good. Come on, we're human beings. None of us are perfect. There are some people out there that look perfect. I guarantee you there's other things going on in their life that makes them feel like they're not perfect. So, all right. So we're done with that one. Now, before I do the y'all on the big pumpkin, I'm going to go ahead and glue down the T to the top of this pumpkin. So we're going to cover that in a bunch of glue because we want it to make sure that it sticks real good. So we're going to take the T and we are going to set it down on there and press real good. And that should do it. That'll hold now. Now on this one, we are going to do our y'all. So I'm going to take a thinner brush and we are doing it in the gold. So let me concentrate while I do it, right? Because so much got on there. I don't want it to be all messy, and I want it to be able to dry. Because the last one, it did not dry very well before I went in with the Sharpie to line it out. So I want to make sure that this one does. Now it's going to look messy, until I go back over it with the black marker. Like I said, we're doing y'all here, and then fall is on the other one. So it's fall, y'all. Mainly because I'm from the South, and I just love that. All right, the camera just did not want to stay on. It doesn't like going over like 10 minutes for some reason. And I've gone into my settings and done everything that I can to keep it from turning off, but unfortunately, she doesn't like that. All right. And this is messy, and I don't mind it being messy if I'm being honest, because it doesn't look as, you know, polished and put together as some of the other projects that I've done, but it doesn't have to. Why do we want everything to be perfect? All right. I told you this this gold paint is, I think, the hardest part of this project is trying to get this gold paint to work proper and to act right. There we go. It either wants to be too thin or too thick. Like right here, it's too thin. Over there, it's too thick. All right, I think that's it. Now, yeah, I do a little hash in here for some reason. I don't know why. I just wanted to. All right, we're going to get our black Sharpie, and I'll be right back so we can color that in. And then glue it down and we'll be done. How crazy is that? Super fast, super easy. Okay, we've got our Sharpie, and what we're going to do is we're going to make this look a little more fancy. We're going to go in and outline everything. Now, if you like the way that your gold paint looks and you don't think it needs this little extra step, then you don't have to do it. I just like this step because it kind of adds a little visual interest, and it also allows you to clean up those lines on the outside of your letters if they don't quite look right. Oh, can you even see what I'm doing? You can't. I'm too far down the table. Again, sometimes this just happens. Oh, what is that? Sorry about that, you guys. As I was telling you that I couldn't show you what I was doing, the battery on my camera died, so I really couldn't show you what I was doing at that point. So now I'm just trying to make sure that I get it nice and outlined. And now I've got it in a space where y'all can actually see what I'm doing. Sorry. I was not watching my monitor to see where you guys were at. All right. I keep going over parts that are still kind of wet, and it keeps messing up my marker, so I have to take it off the side and kind of get some of the gold paint off of it from time to time. This one. I'm like, what am I doing? Where does this one go? It goes there. All right. There we go. Now we just got to do this last little bit here, and then we will be done. Oh yeah, we've got to glue her together. Got to do the last part of the gluing. Once I get that last part of gluing done, then we can show it off next to the other one. And hopefully they will look like they match. We never know till we're done if everything's going to look how we wanted it to look. Because it never always does what you want it to when you're doing something. And a lot of my projects never come out the same twice. I don't know what it is, but I kind of love it. I like that they're not exactly the same. Each project is a little more unique. All right, so now that we have y'all on there, oh my goodness, I was stuck to myself. All right, now we are going to take the hot glue and we are going to glue all the way across. I'm going to have to add another glue stick. Do I have another glue stick? Where are they? There it is. I knew I had another one sitting here somewhere. All right, so we're going to go all the way across where those lines are for hanging it, because the other pumpkin is going to have to sit there to hold together. So let's see. Line it up where it's about even. Try to make it look square. Push it down. All right. So now that is done. I will see you guys in the outro. All right, so here we are. Here are these guys. What do we think? Do we like them? Do you love them? I love them. I think they're cute. We're going to put them out on our doorstep. Fall, y'all. I think they came out okay. I might need to touch up the gold paint on the new one, just in the word y'all, so it sticks out like the fall does. But other than that, I think they came out great. This was just a little cheap project that I wanted to try and see if I could make it come out right. So for each one of these signs, $2, $1.25, $1.25. So you're looking at $2.50, $4.50 for each of these, plus the cost of the paint. So that's not bad for like $5 plus the cost of paint. I think these come out great, and I think they're a great addition to my front porch, and they will be a great addition to my front porch. So I will show you guys what that looks like. In a later video, we'll do like a entryway tour for our fall teal looks. And yeah, I hope you guys liked this video. Like and subscribe for more content similar. Tell me in the comments what you think about this type of content. See if this is something that you're interested in, if it's something that you like. If we need to venture into more expensive projects, let me know. For right now, we're kind of trying to keep it on the cheap side because money's tight. I think it's tight everywhere for everybody. So these cheap little DIY projects I think are my favorite right now. So again, if you like this, leave a comment and let me know. Have a good day.